Welcome, welcome, welcome to Heal and Reveal. It is such a pleasure to be here with you today. I am feeling excited about this reading. I have been in a very high vibrational, dreamy space lately. I feel that I've cleared some things, some heaviness, and I want to open up this space for manifesting, looking at some things that we can begin manifesting. If you haven't checked out my other two readings where we were clearing karmic contracts, clearing negativity, clearing the heavy energy, please check those out because I truly believe after that release, it opened up a new doorway, a new portal to begin to manifest a brighter future. As I said, I've been daydreaming lately, so I want to pull some cards surrounding just a general perspective, really, on what are some things we can be looking at, what are some things that we can clear. I also want to bring in some astrological signs to see what signs are present. I believe that we are all the signs, and based on our birthing chart, all of the signs are in there somewhere. We have all 12 signs in there, and we can use each sign to learn more about ourselves and access new parts of ourselves. So we're going to bring in some astrological signs. We're going to talk about hard truths, things that may keep us from manifesting a better future. And we're going to check and see what's the vibe and see how it all goes. So just stay open. I hope this finds you in good space, good energy. We're burning some sage, burning some frankincense to clear the air. Before we start, we are going to open up with a prayer and an affirmation of protection. We just call in all of our spirit guides, our ancestors, our spiritual team, the divine that's supporting us on this healing journey to reveal anything to us that we need to see at this time, things that we need to know. We just ask that this message find those who it is meant for, that they will find any answers or guidance or clues to anything that they are questioning at this time. I ask that I be a clear channel to receive the messages and visions that you want to share with the collective through me at this time. Let this place be a place of love, peace, joy, and healing. Please take what is for you, what resonates. Don't make anything fit that does not fit, and leave the rest behind. Ashe. All right, so first things first, we're going to check the vibe. What is the vibe of this reading? Okay, it's a general reading. But I do want to manifest. What is the manifestation? What is the vibe? What is going to be the center of this reading? I hope that okay, so this is interesting. A lot of cards came over at once, so it's too many. But I will say that the first card is tension, stressed out, migraines, and worry. Okay. This is the first card that's showing up. So let's speak on that. I hope that if you are feeling this energy right now, that we affirm peace, okay? Peace, peace, peace. This is a place of peace, okay? This is a place of healing. So if you are worried, if you are stressed out, take a deep breath, okay? There's nothing to worry about, because whatever is for you will never pass you by. Wherever you're supposed to be, you will end up there. And if you are going through a hard time right now, it's only a transition, okay? I've learned that. Some of the most hardest, toughest times in my life, I thought they were forever. But come to find out, they will pass, okay? So that's what we're starting with, tension and worry. Ooh, okay. So there's a lot of cards came out right now. So let's see. We're not going to turn any of these over. We're not going to turn any of those over. We're just going to channel my energy appropriately. Let's see. Okay, so we got Archangel Michael, protection, prevented from harm, divine intervention. All right. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. Already coming in with protection. That's the first thing I asked for in this reading, for us to be protected. So some of you may be connected to Archangel Michael. There's nothing for you to worry about. Came straight through saying that you are protected. Okay. You're prevented from harm and divine intervention. So whatever you're worried about, you can clear it. Okay. Take a deep breath and know that that's an immediate sign that everything will be okay. Okay. Let's see. What's the vibe here? So this will be, we'll see what else wants to come out on the vibe. So, okay, there's some people that's feeling maybe still having a hard time clearing heavy energies. Might be still going through a lot with a transition. Okay, I'm hearing changes, transition. Whew, and I'm seeing the Tower card. So in my mind's eye. So there might be some shakeup going on, but you don't have to worry. Whatever is changing for you is going to be good. Look at this. We got smell the roses, slow down, take some time, get out in nature. Okay. If you're worried, if you're stressed, you need to take some time for yourself. Get out, smell the roses, maybe disconnect from social media a little bit, get off your phone. I was outside in nature for the last 2 days because I felt like my mind was kind of all over the place and I had a lot of energy. So I've been out grounding, putting my feet in the grass and just staring at the trees. Okay. We also have boundaries. Disrespectful, enough is enough, defend yourself. So maybe someone is time for you to put up some boundaries, right? And this is what got you worried. Maybe this is what got you stressed out, right? You're tired of that negative energy and it's time for you to push away from this. And it could be causing you some tension, okay? But that's okay. Ooh, and then we have envy, resentful, competition, discontent. Well, we know what that's about, okay? If you know that you are dealing with this energy, first of all, people that's envious, they have to heal. They need to work on themselves. They need to figure out what gifts, skills, talents that they have, right? They need to do their own inner work instead of looking at others and being hateful or spiteful or envious. Okay. But if you're dealing with this, don't let it stress you out. Okay. What someone is actually showing you is that they admire you, right? Envy is a negative expression of admiration, right? And of course, what comes with that is jealousy, but you are protected. Okay. Put up your boundaries, right? Get these people out of your space and get outside. Put your feet in the grass. Okay. We'll take one more for this. Take one more for the vibe here. All right. I'm seeing that there's always a duality here. There's always a duality. Ooh, then we got the masculine energy coming through. Authority, discipline, father figure. Okay. So we got masculine energy coming through. The masculine. Okay. We'll put that there. Okay, then we got epiphany, self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. Okay, so immediately our masculine energy is what drives us. It's what makes us be able to go do things, get things done, to make things happen. Over here is self-reflection, answered questions, untapped talents. So you may be feeling a bunch of heavy energy surrounding people who are envious of you or people that you have to catch. You have to get boundaries about, like you have to create boundaries But the reason this is important is so that you can tap into your gifts, so that you can tap into your masculine energy, so that you can project yourself forward, okay? You are protected on this journey, okay? So knowing that you are protected, you have nothing to worry about. Let's clarify this masculine energy with the Ancient Egypt tarot deck. Okay, we have one card that's still sitting here. Make sure we get that. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries are so important, okay? I love these decks, these cards. They're so beautiful. So let's see what wants to come out concerning that masculine energy. Because when I see that masculine energy and untapped talents, that means it's time to manifest your gifts, skills, and talents, okay? It's time for you to see the power of who you truly are, right? You know, maybe that tension, that worry, it's energy. It's energy that you need to utilize in a positive way, okay? And you have to get those boundaries so that you have to move negative people outside of your experience, especially if they're envious, if they're jealous. That types of energy, it chokes your talents. It chokes your potential. It prevents you from taking action because you start to feel fearful or doubtful about what you can do because you have that type of energy around you, okay? So if you know that somebody is not really for you, you know they're jealous of you, do not be a people pleaser. Do not be someone that's scared to set those boundaries and move away. I don't care who it is. I don't care how long you've known them. You have to do it, okay? Let's see what wants to come out here to clarify this masculine energy. Ooh. Okay. We have temperance, perseverance, and imperfection. Okay. So immediately we have the temperance card, which is filling your cup, right? Pouring into yourself. We have perseverance, right? Working hard, working and pursuing something to the finish line. And then we have imperfections, right? This reminds me of like a death and rebirth, right? You have all the skulls at the bottom. His body is like cracking, and then there's this light here. There's a rebirth happening. There's a transformation happening. But he's looking down. He's looking within himself, with what's in his hands. Okay, he's looking, and this reminds me of the untapped potential, right? There's so much that can happen here. All this illumination, all this light. He's coming to the realization of who he is, who you are, right? This is a masculine energy, figuring out who you are on the inside. Okay, that's what I see in this card. There's so much light and protection. All that symbolizes protection, okay? Let's see what, let's take one more from here. Let's see. Some of you don't know your worth. As you know, I'm hearing know your worth, know your value, know that there is so much more to you. This card here is showing me that I'm seeing this card. It's like it's glowing in my mind. This person has been through a lot. He's been through a lot, right? There's pieces of his body parts pulled out, and there's cracks. He's broken. But regardless of the pain, regardless of what this took, there's still so much light around him. That's that protection, okay? You know, that looks like an angel, that angel energy. That's that protection, okay? So you may have been through a lot of pain, but you're looking within yourself to find who you truly are, Okay. And when you do that inner work, it does trigger some people who don't have the courage to do it for themselves. It triggers the people that are around you that hoped and prayed that you would never figure out how great you are. Okay. That envious energy, envious people know that you're brilliant. Okay. They know that you're amazing. They know there's something that's special about you. They don't always know exactly what it is, but they know. And a lot of times they get fearful and jealous because they know that you're going to figure it out. You're going to come out of the pain. You're going to look inside yourself, and that light is going to come on, and you're going to transform. And when you do, they can no longer be around you. Do you understand? That is how powerful it is. Okay. But don't worry. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself about it. You just have to focus on yourself. Okay. Ooh, I got some that want to jump out here. Protection, baby. On the top again. Protection and creation. Let's go with those two. Look at that. Once again, protection. Okay. For those of you who are worried, who are scared, who are dealing with people who are envious, who are probably dealing with toxic masculine energy, right? I was hearing narcissists today. I was hearing trauma bonding. I was hearing toxic love. If you have that, whether it's family member, romantic, whether it's friends, co-workers, let me tell you something. Don't worry about it. You are protected. Look at that. Protection twice. Okay. You are protected. And then we have creation. Look at that right there. Creation. All right. In the last card, what did I tell you? Imperfections. You've been through a lot, but you're protected because you are being tore down. If you can see it, I hope that you can see it. I'm going to put it close. All that, the bruises, the wounding, the breaking, the hurting, the pain, the deaths, the rebirths, right? All the dying, the breaking, when you lose people, when you go through all of that, it is only getting you ready for a new life. Okay? It is getting you ready for a new life. I'm seeing that this was him before, and now I'm hearing that song, Look at Me Now. Look at me now. I'm getting paid, but look at me now. Okay, so it's like started from the bottom. Now look at me. Okay, so some of you are going through a transformation. You're going through a death and a rebirth. Okay, and a death is not a physical, it's spiritual, right? You start walking away from people, places, things, habits that no longer serve you. You start leaving envious, jealous people behind. Okay, you transform. You become something new. Okay. Now we're going to go. Let's look at our hard truth. No, let's see what astrological energy is surrounding this reading. Okay, so far we have the Divine Mother protection, we have creation, new life, we have Archangel, we have masculine energy, we have temperance. Okay, so let's see what astrological signs want to show up. This is a new deck. We're going to clear this deck and let's put some more frankincense on here because I love frankincense. Such a beautiful smell. Okay. And let's see what wants to come out here. What's astro signs wants to come? All right. Some of y'all is about to be on the glow up. Okay. You about to transform and people won't even be able to recognize you. Okay. Seeing like people like, who is that? Like you set those boundaries and you go away, you isolate and you take time for yourself. People that thought they knew you, they find out they don't really know you at all. Okay. So this is why it's important to get outside, get in nature, ground, release the energy. Okay. Release any pent up energies. Okay. Who wants to come out? What astrological signs wants to come out here in this reading? on things that we can look at within ourselves. Okay. Don't worry, be happy. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. Don't worry, be happy. That's the song I'm hearing. Dun, da, 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 da. Don't worry, be happy. Yes, don't worry. That was the first card that came out, so I can see why I'm hearing that, okay? We have the Scorpio energy here. Investigate, okay? Scorpio energy says investigate, okay? Too many cards came out at once there. So we got the number 8, investigate. What else? Let's see what else wants to come out. Scorpion, the Scorpion. I feel like Scorpio energy is death as well as the death and rebirth energy. Yes. So that's again, transformation. Okay. There's something that's being torn down and there's something that's being made new. Partnership. We got 333 here on these cards. 3 and 3. 3 again. Okay. So it's a bunch of 3s here. So let's see. We got partnership. We got hearth, the root, and first house arrival. Okay. These are all, we just got a bunch of 3s here. Okay. We got a partnership there. We got heath, the beautiful rainbow, fire. We got root and arrival. Okay, so something is coming in and we have change at the bottom of the deck. Change. Told you something is transforming. Something is getting ready to change. These are some very beautiful cards. Okay. So let's look at the hard truths concerning this energy. Okay. What are some things we need to look at to get ready for this? We got unions trying to come in. We got changes. We got untapped potential. We got transformation, death and rebirth. Okay, so what's going on? All right, so I'm getting that we need to read the Scorpio card. Number 8, we need to read it. Okay. It says, investigate. Scorpio asks you to dive down and reach into the wellspring of your soul. What is he doing here? He's digging. Yes. Digging into his heart, digging into his soul to look to see what he can find. This is the investigate right here. Okay. It says Scorpio symbols are the eagle and the scorpion, as this sign invokes both the soaring heights of the eagle's perspective and the scorpion's ability to burrow under the rocks of the psyche or culture. The fixed water sign Scorpio is ruled by Mars in traditional astrology and co-ruled by Pluto in modern astrology. It is connected to the pelvis and to the root chakra. Yes, look. What did we get here? The root. This card says the root, okay? Which is amazing because I've been playing root chakra meditation all day today, so I love that. It says the sun shines through Scorpio. Action. Drop assumptions and ask questions. Be fascinated by mystery. Dive deep into the well rather than settle for the surface. Look under the rocks and be curious, as this situation is going to require some research. Take nothing at face value. Probe the consciousness and the unconscious passions that motivate this situation. Be aware of the sexual dynamics in the room and what roles they play. Look at worst case scenarios so you can prepare and then feel safe enough to search for the best case scenario. Be ready to transform and transmute the situation. Did I not say that this was transformation energy? Distill the essence, concentrate. Okay? Question everything, including your own concerns. Jealousy and possessiveness drain your energy and waste time. Before triggering your defenses, the scorpion sting asks if that response will get you what you actually need. The gift, transformation. Scorpios loans you the strength and curiosity to plumb the depths and face your monsters. Look at him. What do you think he's doing? Look at those skulls at the bottom there. It says Scorpio is asking you to face your monsters, then soar to new heights and transform the situation. Feel the well within. Connect to the collective source. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. This is our root chakra energy. Okay. This is down at the bottom. Okay. This is where the root at the bottom. And we have to get to the root of things as well. It says, don't be afraid to look at yourself in the mirror. Don't be afraid to tell yourself the truth, to investigate further. What I think about this is some of our beliefs, right? When I started going through my awakening, I had to unlearn basically everything I had been taught, right? I had been taught that all these things were true about me, about my community, about people of color, about society, about religion. And come to find out, after digging and looking in the depths of my soul, I had to unlearn it because it wasn't for my highest good and it was not my truth. Okay. It's sad to say, but a lot of us are brainwashed, conditioned, and put on a traditional diet passed down to us from one generation to the next, which can keep us limited. It can keep us as followers. It can keep us blind, right? So this transformation energy is saying, break away, dig deep, investigate. What do you feel is your truth, right? Look inside yourself. What do you align with? Okay. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that because you are protected on this journey. Okay. So what are some hard truths that we need to look at surrounding our transformation? Okay. Recklessness. It says reckless. You're acting like you don't care and waiting for it to crash and burn. Be warned. It's easier to change course now than to clean up the mess later on. Or some of you reckless, acting like you don't care. It's easier to change course now than to clean up the mess later on. Ooh, okay. So this is reminding me of, like, if you already know something is over, you know that it's not going to work, you know that it needs to change. Instead of you taking the steps to move forward, maybe you're just acting like you don't care and just saying like, well, it's not going to work anyway. So I'm seeing somebody at work and your boss is like, well, you guys have 90 days until this position is no longer yours. And in those 90 days, maybe you show up to work, you don't really care anymore. You just going to work half dressed. You're not really taking care of yourself. Maybe even go to work under the influence. And you're like, well, it's only 90 days. Like, it's already over. I don't really care anyway. So you're kind of like in this low vibrational energy. Instead of realizing that you have the power to use those 90 days to manifest something new. Instead of going in with a negative perspective, with the I don't care, it's over energy, maybe you perform the best you've ever performed in those 90 days so that you can walk away with a positive rapport from that boss, right? That you get a good recommendation, right? That you keep positive connections as you're leaving out, because you never know who people are and you never know when you'll need them or how they could play a part in your future. So if you're in an energy like that, don't be like low vibrational. Don't take the dark energy route, okay? You are the creator of your life and your reality. It doesn't matter if you get fired. It doesn't matter if somebody lets you go. It doesn't matter if it's a breakup. Whatever happens, that tower, that destruction is part of your transformation. And it's there to push you towards something that's greater and better for yourself. But if you act reckless and you be in a low place, it can actually send you into more negative energy because you're creating it. Okay. We do have creation on the board. So you have to think you are the creator. Okay. Yes, you may be getting tear down. Yes, things may be falling apart. Yes, you might be getting some no's and doors might be being closed, but you're creating a new reality. Okay. Here we have shame. Shame wraps you in a cloak of lonely silence, convincing you that your flaws define you. Expose the shame to light. Only then can you begin to heal and alter the course of your destiny. Look at that. That's 2 courses. Okay, so maybe you're feeling reckless and like, I don't care because you're ashamed of being let go or being broken up with or being, told no or not getting what you want. But you don't need to be ashamed, right? This transformation is working for your good. It says it's easier to change course now than to clean up a mess later. This one, it says, you begin to heal and alter the course of your destiny. Again, you are in control. Okay. Okay. Ooh, insincere. You're moving in a way disingenuous. You're moving in a disingenuous way. Reconnect with your truest north and start making more aligned choices for better outcomes. Okay. You don't need to be acting out. I'm seeing like a tantrum. Somebody might be throwing a tantrum and getting mad and just like acting like they don't care, just all over the place. You don't need to move like that, okay? You are in control of who you are and what's to come. Whatever didn't serve you, whatever is leaving you or being left behind is for a reason, okay? Okay, this is naive. You're seeing things the way you want them to be, not the way they actually are. Face the truth with eyes wide open. Okay, this is naive. So what I take from that is like, okay, again, let's go back to the workplace. If your boss says, it's over, this position will be over in 90 days, somebody might be saying, well, they're firing me and they're building up this whole story on what they think and why it's that way. And, maybe the boss, has a problem with me and all of these different scenarios. But in reality, maybe the whole business is shutting down. Okay. Maybe they can't pay you to be there anymore. Regardless of whatever the reason is, whatever the outcome is, know that this is for your highest good. Okay. Don't make up scenarios as to what you want something to be when you know that it's time to go. Okay. We can't do that. We cannot live from a place of blindness, right? Like you just walking around with your eyes covered. No, open your eyes, see it for what it is. Take charge. This is where that masculine energy comes in. You need your masculine energy to find your strength, to find your power, and to move forward. Okay. Transformation. Okay. All right. So we're going to go with lack of commitment. Hesitation and half-hearted efforts are limiting your success. Find a path you can fully commit to and jump in with both feet for increased success. So once you realize like, all right, this is not going to work. This door is closing. This thing is tearing down. I'm going to be realistic and tell myself the truth that this thing is over. Then commit to moving forward. Okay. This is hesitation and half-heartedness. So maybe this is like the same person, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, No, go for the gold. What is something you want? What is something you desire? What is something that makes you happy, right? If you lose your job, the person you thought you were in love with, the friends you thought were your friends, the family member you thought was, your ride or die. Like if all these things start breaking down around you, that is your sign that it's time to focus forward, commit to a new path, and move forward. Yes, because saying like, oh, okay, this is not for everybody, but I'm seeing somebody that like they broke up. Somebody said it's over. We're not gonna be together. And a week later, they like, what you doing? And then they text them like, nothing, bored. Well, you want to come over? And then they're like, all right, sure, I'll come over. You go over. It's this whole thing that y'all got going on. And then when it's done, they're like, yeah, we still broken up. And it's like, well, why did you call me? Well, I just wanted to see you. But are we still together? No, I told you it was over. Don't put yourself through that type of energy, okay? Don't put yourself through that, because that type of confusion, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, it's only keeping you from moving forward, okay? So let's see, where do we want to go with this? Where do we want to go? Where do we want to go? All right, let's see here. I feel like manifesting, okay? Because once you move forward, you have the ability to manifest a new reality. These are some manifestation cards here. Let's see if we can put some more frankincense on here. This might be done though. Okay. We can manifest. What are we trying to manifest here? The transformation and the manifestation. What is the manifestation? We transform, we choose to commit, we move forward, believing in ourselves, right? Being truthful. What is the manifestation? Something just flipped over. But it's hidden. Okay, so this card flipped, but then all these other cards jumped on top of it, which tells me there's something blocking this manifestation. Okay, I felt it turn, but it didn't turn where I could see it. All these other cards jumped back on top of it. So this is right here telling me there's something blocking your manifestation. Okay, and it could be not taking commitment, not wanting to see things truthfully, not wanting to let go, falling out, acting out, being mad, being reckless. All that is blocking you from receiving whatever is under these cards. Okay, so when we remove all of that energy, let's see what the manifestation is. Okay, see what we got. Courageous trust. I am willing to take risk, let go of fear, and trust that my desires will manifest. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. You have to trust. Okay. So that's why somebody's scared. Okay. I feel fear, like, ooh, this is too much. Like it started with tension and worry. That was the first card out. First card was stressed out, migraines, worry, right? All stressed out. But divine is saying you're protected, right? Protection came out twice. And now you just have to have the courageousness to be brave enough to trust the process. Okay. Trust the tear down. Whatever is breaking down, whatever is being torn down, let it go. Now I know it's not easy. Okay. I'll be the first one crying. Okay. I'll be the first one crying and want to throw that tantrum I was talking about. But we can't do that. Okay. We can't do it. I see it. I see a lot of people want to go into, look at this, strong belief. Another one popped up. Says, my faith is strong and I know that all my manifestations will come true quickly and easily. All right. All right. So that some of you might need to say that. My faith, right? Have faith in this process. Things being torn down, things not looking right. Just know that this ain't forever. Okay. It's interesting the way these cards flipped over. This one wanted to fall. And a graceful release. I release any doubts or fears about the manifestation process with grace and ease. Okay. I release. Okay. Look at that. Right. She's walking away. I release any doubts or fears about the manifestation process with grace and ease. All right. So you have to have trust, faith, release that everything is going to work out. Okay. All right. So now let's see here. I feel like there's more here for us. There's something else here for us. Where is it going to be? Let's see. Let's go with intuitive oracle cards, okay? Because what I feel is that there needs to be some, you have like this temperance card, the filling of your cup, you have to pour back into yourself. When everything around you starts tearing down, it will mess with your identity of self, right? If 1 minute you're this big CEO person or this big VP or big important person at a job, and then you get laid off, like that's going to do something to your identity, right? It's going to do something to who you see yourself as. But what's saying here is that even though it's tearing down, you can rebuild it. Okay. It's not over. Okay. It's not over. But what are some intuitive whispers we need? Guardian angel. Look at this, y'all. 3 times protection. Okay. Guardian angel. Your guardian angel watches over you, offering protection and support. Do you see this? Okay. Listen, we have protection. Let's get all the protection cards. Protection, the guardian angel is here. Look at those wings protecting you. We have archangel protection, yes? And we have, where's that other protection card? Where is that other protection card? Oh, yes. And protection, okay? Okay. Protections 3 times. 333. You are protected. Do you hear me? Yes, you are protected, protected, protected. You have nothing to worry about. Okay. I love this because a lot of times when things start tearing down, the first thing we start getting is fearful, scared, and we wonder, is everything going to be all right? This message here today is to tell you everything is going to be all right. 333, you got everything you need, okay? I love that. Okay, let's see, what else wants to come out here? Yes, all right. It says, hidden truths. Your intuition is revealing hidden truths. Stay aware, okay? Stay aware. We had investigate earlier with the Scorpio energy. So investigate, stay aware, hidden truths, right? It says, don't be naive. Remember, don't be naive. Don't look at things the way you want to see them. Open your eyes. Look at things for the truth as what they are. And then we have mind and heart harmony. When mind and heart align, your intuition becomes clear. Okay? So what I'm hearing is be real with yourself. No matter how hard it is to look at what's coming up, your intuition is about to show you some things. We have 1 eye, 2 eyes. I'm seeing the eyes. Okay. So there's something you need to see. There's something you need to see, but you're protected in it. Okay. Look at here on this card. She's looking through that light bulb, epiphany. Okay. There's something that's about to come through. There's something you're going to see for the first time, something you haven't seen before. Okay. Self-reflection, answered questions, untapped potential. She's looking through that bulb. Okay. There's something that needs to be seen. So open up your eyes. Okay. Let's go with this. Let's go here with this deck since that one called me out. Some hidden truths. Got some hidden truths that wants to come out. Okay. There's something you need to see. There's something you need to see. I just heard ancestors. Okay. Ooh, this one is really one. Ooh, some of you are suffering in silence. Unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Okay, because this one came out twice. It didn't pop out, but I've seen it twice. So, suffering in silence, broken dreams. Don't give up on yourself, okay? This man got his face against the wall. Unspoken desires, real feelings. He's hiding something, right? He's suppressing something, okay? Maybe some of you all are about to see something within yourself that you have not talked about, something that is real, but it needs to come to the light. I just heard ancestors, so we're going to go with the ancestor message, all right? I'm going to go with the ancestral message here. Okay, you know the things that you have forgotten about or pushed away or let go of. You know those things, and if you don't know those things, I affirm that your eyes begin to open up so that you can see those things. Okay, so there's a major transformation happening here, and you are protected. Yes, you are. I'm gonna title this Protection 333. Go for your dreams. Okay. We got boundaries again. All right. Second card out today was boundaries. Okay. Boundaries. We got Mother of Air says boundaries. It's boundaries 2 times. I love when messages are clarified double time because that's the sharp focus, okay? And that's also number 8. Mother of Air, boundaries. Another mother guarding her child. I also see protection here, okay? This looks a lot like the other protection card. Where is it? We have 2 mothers guarding their children, okay? So that's that divine mother energy. We got boundaries. Let's put that close up. She's protecting her baby. And we have protection. She's protecting her baby. Okay. So this is the divine mother energy saying that you are protected. Okay. That's another form of protection. Then we have the high priestess, intuition and knowingness. We just said this. Your intuition is getting ready to show you some hidden truths, right? There's something you need to see. You have the high priestess energy right there, that intuition. And we have total disruption. Okay, that's like a tower. Boom. Something is about to get tore down. All right. But even though it's going to get tore down, something's going to get disrupted. You are protected in the midst of it. Okay. So don't be afraid. If this has already happened for you or if it's getting ready to happen, a major change taking place, just know that you're going to be carried. Okay. I'm going to read from this. Let's go Mother of Air, boundaries, because boundaries came out first. And that is number 35, which is 8 again. Let's see. Okay. It says, stay true to what feels right for you. Honor your boundaries. Approach with discernment. Speak your truth and make decisions based on your assessment on the facts. Be honest, upfront, and direct. But be aware, even constructive criticism can be wielded like a weapon. When this blunt mama ancestor shows up, she wants you to be logical and unbiased with strong communication. The Mother of Air is a leader who brings crone energy. This matriarchal ancestor rules with an iron fist, from the head and never the heart. That's also masculine energy. Her compassion is often underestimated at first glance. The mother of air appears as La Marama, an Afro-Caribbean spirit family, gifted in intuition, oracles, and alchemy. She wields a broom as a wand. Oral history says that this ancestor was an enslaved woman who worked on the plantations in the Spanish-speaking Caribbean. The medicine here is, are you suppressing emotions? Where's that card? Are you suppressing emotions? Here we go. Suffering in silence. I said he was suppressing. He was holding some things back. It says, we all have those hard-edged queens in our lineage. You don't want to get on their bad side. Where can you use this wisdom in your life? Okay. Are you suppressing emotions? Right here, it's unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Okay. And then we had the untapped talent. So there's something suppressed and it needs to open up. Okay. Your intuition is getting ready to show you something. And total disruption. Let's go with Jumbie. Let's finish 13. We'll close this reading with Jumbie. Total disruption. Okay. It says, the medicine is fear of change and fear of death are two huge fears of those who walked before. Your ancestors are calling on to you to release fear and rise as yourself with all the lessons from the past in your heart. Didn't I tell you transformation, death, and rebirth? That is the medicine for total disruption. Okay? It says, tears will be shed. Are you ready to accept change? Because ready or not, here it comes. Whew, I feel that one. You are living the Zen proverb, let go or be dragged. Woo, the ancestors coming through. They coming through heavy. What are you struggling to hold on to? Ding dong, that old situation is dead. Shift happens. There is radical change happening with you and around you. Where's that card? Radical change. In you and around you, okay? Allow yourself to cleanse the energy of the past and forge ahead. A new beginning starts now. Okay. The tarot correspondent is the death card. That's the Scorpio card once again. So there it is, you guys. Something is dying and it's being transformed into something new. Okay? It is being transformed into something new and you don't have nothing to worry about because you're protected through all of it. Okay? Let's go with our last oracle message because our beautiful Mother Oshun, she is here to support us in this transformation. Okay? I know it's not easy. I know you might be worried, but you are protected. Tell yourself the truth. See things for what they really are. And it says, ooh, Oshun of divine wrath, anger, resentment, and vengeance. Ooh. At the bottom, Oshun of deception, dishonesty, masking, self-delusion. Okay, so Oshun is saying, don't lie. Don't lie to yourself. Okay? Don't lie to yourself. And we're going to read this. The divine wrath, anger, resentment, and vengeance. Immediately, I want to tell you, don't be angry, right? Don't be resentful. And don't have this type of energy towards what's being torn down. Okay. That's the first thing on the surface. But let's see what she says. What is the medicine for this? Because sometimes when things don't go the way we want them to go, it's easy to get mad. It's easy to get angry and start resenting people and feeling like I put all my time and my effort into this and now it ain't working out and getting all in that space. No, that's that reckless energy. We're not going there. Okay. So let's see what Oshun has to say about this. It says, I acknowledge my anger as a tool for self-awareness and growth. Okay. So when this death, this transformation, this teardown happens, acknowledge your anger, acknowledge how you feel. Do not suppress your emotions. It talked about that. Do not suppress your emotions. Do not get angry. Do not lash out. Okay. This message is your divine guidance that you don't need to respond that way. Oshun of divine wrath compels you to confront the seething emotions within. There we go again. Confront them emotions. Somebody is big mad. Okay. And this could very well be you because it's a lot of suppression. Very like explosive, reckless tantrums. Like I seen that energy, and Spirit is telling you in this message, do not suppress how you feel about the destruction of something. Feel the feelings, cry about it, deal with it, write about it, journal about it, go outside in nature, right? Do what you have to do to express these emotions, okay? It says, your rage, whether sacred or ordinary, can both be a catalyst for change and a burden weighing you down. This turbulent storm inside you often arises when you feel wrong, disrespected, or unheard. Anger is a natural emotion, but clinging to it can be self-destructive. Okay? As a famous saying, often credited to Buddha, goes, you will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Oh, okay. I have to say that one again. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. Okay? Dive deep into the roots. Here go roots again. We got roots again. This is all the root chakra. Okay? So some of you need to play the root chakra meditation music. Find one that is calls to you. Just let it play in the background when you're cleaning or when you're reading or just, straightening up your day. Just play it in the background. It helps with your subconscious mind to work on your root chakra. Okay, that's what I do all the time. I'm not really one that like closes my eyes all the time and sit in silence with the meditation music. I let it play. Okay, so the root chakra is really being focused here, and I've been playing that all day. So I thank the Most High that I'm in alignment with that. Okay, it says here, dive deep into the roots of your anger. That's where the real work begins. Find the source of what you're really mad at. Okay? Sacred rage describes a righteous anger that comes from deep injustices or violations of personal values. Explore the reasons behind your sacred rage or everyday fury. What's truly causing these feelings? By understanding the source of your anger, you can transform it from a destructive force into a powerful agent for positive change. Okay? Embrace the tempest within, but don't let it drown you. Unleash your inner storm in productive ways, creating ripples of transformation in your life and the world around you. Okay? See, earlier, as we opened up this reading, I felt like there was a lot of energy, that masculine energy, right? Tension and just feeling like, oh, but I didn't know what that was. As it kept coming out, it was reckless. It was like, it was all of this, but you're protected. If you're mad, if you're angry, you have to find positive ways of expressing it, but also be real with how you feel about it. Okay. I'm going back to that job metaphor. You've been at that job for years. Maybe you thought that you would retire there. Maybe you thought that you would, move up to the next position, and now they're cutting you off, telling you only got 90 days. Oh, I can see somebody being very mad, right? Big mad energy. But divine is telling you, you're not mad at losing the job. You're mad at what you thought you were going to get. You're mad that you invested time and energy. But anything that you've planted, anything you've invested in can reap a harvest later. But if you are in a negative space, negative energy, being reckless and violent and anger and full of resentment, it's not going to end well. Okay. So I've enjoyed this with you. Be real with yourself. Feel your feelings. Okay. And do some physical activity. You might need to get out and run. I'm seeing a punching bag. Some of you might need to get you a punching bag and get the punching and start lifting weights. Okay. Do something positive with that negative energy, because the way you decide how you're going to deal with it is how it's going to affect you. If you choose a positive outlet, you can transmute that energy and let it drive you forward. If you use a negative outcome, it will weigh you down and create consequences. All right. Until next time, I hope you found something in this message that resonates with you, that gives you clarity, that gives you peace, and helps reveal to you anything that may have been hidden. Okay. Here on Heal and Reveal, it's all about keeping it real. Okay. I love y'all. Until next time, do the inner work.